Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Everyday EDC. My name is Tyler, and today we have a review of a double rainbow. Nope, we got a review of the ZT-0562Ti and ZT-0562CF. Bam! Alright guys, so part of the reason that I'm reviewing both of these knives together is because A, I really don't like reviewing like a knife just because it has a different blade steel. I think that's kind of just bleh. It's kind of like a waste of everybody's time. It's just an excuse to make a video. So I wanted to do these two together, A, and then B, I mean, unless it's something huge that has the same blade steel forever, whatever. Maybe that was a little bit too much of a blanket statement. But I wanted to do these two together for A, I can show a little bit of compare and contrast. Maybe you're torn between the two. Is the extra 80 bucks or 20 bucks worth it for the TI? Maybe, maybe not, right? And why do these look? I was like, this one looks longer. What the hell? But B, I recently traded. You're like, shocker. I traded my carbon fiber one. Once I got my TI one, I think I like the TI better in hand. So I traded my carbon fiber one and another large knife for something even larger. So we got some cool stuff coming to the channel still. But I want to keep one of these. Like, these are one of those that I'm probably... I always want to have one of these now after owning at least one. And I've droned on long enough and kind of drooled over this long enough, and you guys are probably sick and tired of hearing of Hinderer fanboys in the first place, so let's jump into it. First and foremost, this is the carbon fiber, or 052CF. These are the exact same with a couple slight differences. So, the titanium version that I currently own has a 20CV. The carbon fiber that I currently own has a 204P. Same exact blade steel for the most part. It's just, one is, I think the 204P is Bowler's answer. No, Bowler M390, CPM 20CV, and then Sandvik, maybe? I don't remember. I don't remember what the 204P is. Carpenter, maybe? I don't know. Carpenter? No, I don't know. Anyways, so they're basically analogous to each other, and that's a good thing. I mean, you're not getting anything different really from either one, so don't really get yourself hemmed up on that. The other difference is, obviously, this has carbon fiber scale with a stainless steel liner. The stainless steel liner is not milled out at all. Let's see if we can show this. See? See if it looks better from the bottom. There you go. No milling at all. Now, at first that kind of confused me because the titanium on one hand has, there are no milling on me. On the liner lock side, none. But on the show side, there's a ton. There's an absolute ton of milling on the show side to really reduce the weight. The reason that confused me is because I think I weighed them and the titanium one weighed less. And I was like, what? But that's because they did all that milling to the titanium on the inside. Other than that, guys, from what I can see, these things are no different. Stainless steel liner, carbon fiber scale, titanium scale. Other than that, no difference. Other than the sound, which we'll get to in a second. Which, yeah, whatever, sound. Okay, so these are pretty beefy, robust knives. These 0562s are beefy and robust. There's a lot of room for your hand on here, but there are kind of finger cutouts that tell you where to put your hand. Not in a bad way from what I can feel. It's not one of those that's like you put your hand here, it's really uncomfortable. But it does kind of steer you in one direction. This blade, as I said, 204P or 20CV, has a swedge that comes down pretty much 3/4 the length of the blade and then brings out the fat of the blade all the way back for a very meaty, robust tip of the blade. And these are going to be the exact same, so you're going to see me kind of just showing off one over the other until I get to some differences. We have a little thumb ramp here. It's a slight thumb ramp, not much, with a mild jimping. I don't know if it's really mild. It's definitely decent jimping. If I'm not mistaken, somebody can correct me if I'm wrong, not only are these a Hinderer design, and they're designed after the Hinderer XM18-ish, the Hinderer slicer grind has been put on these. So it is a little bit more slicey as well. Now, these also have little sharpening choils right there as it goes into the plunge grind. So done pretty good. No complaints there. Both of them are titanium frame locks, and they both have a lock bar stabilizer right here. And then they have the detent put into the frame lock right there. Some relief cuts with a little bit of milling, not really. No, not really. And then we have some hardware that's over. They just over hardwared these knives. Is that a word? Hardwared? Is that a freaking verb? It is now, because everything about these are just overbuilt, and that's kind of what we like about them. That's what we liked about ZT. That's what we like about Hinderer, is that the old school, anyways, the old school ZT. So we have some barrel spacers. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then this this pocket clip. It's a very deep carry spoon style pocket clip that it does something really, really cool. It comes out the top. So this is the ultimate, I'm doing it off screen, the ultimate deep carry of deep carries with these. You really don't get any more deep than this. Insert joke. These are all also ambidextrous because, as you can see here, there's little cutouts in the top that you can just swap that clip to the other side. This blade is a satin finish, has a flat right here with the ZT logo on it. A lot of talk right here. 0562CF Hinderer design, USA made blade, CTS 204P serial number, blah, 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 blah. There's just a lot of talk on these blades. But with an overbuilt knife, who really cares, right? I mean, it's not that big of a deal. It's an overbuilt knife. You're kind of getting it not because it looks classy and cool. Let's talk about another difference here. I want you guys to listen. Okay. All right. Now. Real quick. The full titanium scale has more of a deeper tang to it when it opens and it flicks and it like kind of makes a sound. This one with the stainless steel liner kind of sounds like it like reverberates a little bit more, whereas this one kind of has that little bit more thuddish to it. That's the other difference, guys. Freaking veil unveiled. Yeah, no, that's literally it. So other than that, these things are pretty much the same exact knife. Even the ergonomics are the exact same. I thought the TI was a little bit thicker when I unboxed it, and then I proved myself wrong, showing that the carbon fiber actually turned out to be like 1/100th of a freaking inch thicker, and I was like, well, I feel like a jackass. All right, so the pivots are T8, the body screws are T8, the pocket clip screw might be a T-10. Jesus Christ. Holy smokes. That is the weirdest freaking thing. So the pocket clip screw, the only the only screw on these knives that are a T10 is the pocket clip screws. Weird, because every other knife, they're the smallest screws in the knife. On the ZT 0562s, they are the largest screw on the knife. I appreciate it very much, though. I mentioned we have a lock bar, or a stop bar right there, stop pin. And we also have, oh, I forgot to mention that. These are external stops. They are really not thumb studs on these. I haven't been too successful. I mean, you can, but it's really uncomfortable to do using them as a thumb stud. They are really external stops. So they act as something that stops against the liner or the titanium frame, along with the stop pin back here, which is pretty cool. So you got like double trouble going on. This thing's not going anywhere. It's extra robust. And Dave, you will eventually watch this, I'm sure. Well, I'd hope. Batwing. Not only one Batwing, we have a double Batwing. All right, let's get you guys some weights, some specs, some comparisons, some George Harrisons, and just to get on with the show. So your titanium 0562 is coming in at 5.42 ounces. Your carbon fiber 0562 is coming in at 5.56 ounces, slightly more. And you might be like, how is that? Remember how I told you the stainless steel liners are not milled out, whereas this titanium frame is. Focus, guys. Pay attention. There will be a quiz at the end of class. So the overall length of these guys is coming in right at about 8¼ inches. The blade length's coming in at a little over 3.5, and the cutting edge is coming in a little over 3.5 too. So these things, I think it's 3.56 according to some websites. These things are not small knives. They are not for the faint of heart, and they are awesome if you like the overbuilt, robust style of knife. The blade stock on the carbon fiber is coming in at a 1.56, 1.58-ish. The blade stock on the titanium is coming in at a 1.52. Interesting. Well, hold on. 1.55, 1.54. Let's retake this. Yeah, never mind. They're both the same. 1.55. All right, so the behind the edge thicknesses of these guys of the 204P model coming in at a whopping, am I doing this right? 28 thousandths, 30 thousandths. The titanium model should be the exact same, 28 thousandths. Yeah, so these are going to be thick, beefy, robust boys that are not extra excellent slicers. The overall thickness of the carbon fiber is coming in at 480 thousandths. The overall thickness of the titanium, I knew I was doing that wrong last time. I'm an idiot. So the overall thickness of the carbon fiber and titanium is coming in at 0.48 inches. The titanium's coming in at an even 1/2 inch. Yeah, my mind is no longer blown. I was right. Everybody else was wrong. So good. That makes me feel better because I'm like, that's just crazy. All right. So the overall height of the ZT0562 Ti is coming in at 1.44 inches. The overall height, as it should be, this exact same, coming in at a 1.49. Did I measure them at the same place? Yeah, they're both coming in about 1.5, 1.49. So I did that to show you guys like a real side-by-side comparison so you guys know that there's nothing really, too different about these two knives. I mean, it's just stainless steel liners and carbon fiber, or titanium and Buhler. All right, so here we have the Spyderco Little Native and the Spyderco Tenacious, as you can see, larger than both. Next on the list, we have the Feldspar and the Mini Feldspar. And actually, let's see, make sure these are all lined up right. The Feldspar is coming in at almost just as long. Let me double check the Spyderco Tenacious. Right. Yeah, all right. So the Feldspar is coming in at almost just as long, and the Mini Feldspar is obviously not. It's kind of hard to do when you got two knives sitting there. You're like balancing them in between. You don't want to damage either one. By the way, like I said, I traded my carbon fiber one already. So the Rat Model 1 is a little bit longer, and the Rat Model 2 is coming in at probably almost a freaking inch shorter. The Rat Model 1's only like 1/4 inch, maybe an 1/8 inch longer. And then here we have your Civivi Elementum and your Civivi Brazen. Very, very cool knife, by the way. The Brazen's pretty awesome. Brazen's coming in at just a little bit shorter, and the Elementum's coming in at much shorter. So let's do a quick overview of these. So both of these are riding on a titanium frame lock with KVT ball bearings. They both basically have the same steel, 204P or CPM 20CV, similar to or not the same as M390. Definitely the same as, not the same as. They both have external stops. They both have the Hinderer slicer grind. They were both designed by Rick Hinderer. They call this a drop point blade, but it kind of looks like a spear point blade to me. They both have the same exact hardware and a deep carry pocket clip that is ambidextrous. We have 4 barrel spacers in the back. Now, here's where the differences, and a lock bar stabilizer. Here's where the differences start and end. This has carbon fiber scales and a steel liner. This has a titanium scale. That's it. That's the only difference. The sound sounds a little bit different, but that's about it. So what are my likes on these two monstrosities? Freaking love these guys. So my likes, I love the overbuilt, robust feel. Right? It just feels so good. It's so robust. This is a knife that I can drop and really not care. Despite the price, it's so robust. It's so big. I just know it's going to be fine, and it's supposed to take that. I mean, it's just the way it is. Now the ergonomics on these, because they are so large and so robust, just feels fantastic. They fill out your hand oh so well. It's just fan-freaking-tastic, and I absolutely love it. Next, their action is phenomenal. I mean, yes, they're heavier blades, and they're riding on bearings, but it's so good, and it's so snappy. The detents are tuned a little bit too strong, and it makes it extra fun. Just extra fun to flip these guys. And, you know, I love the large blade. I love the large blade face. I mean, there's not much to say about that. I just like the bigger blades. And then, you know what? What else do I like? I freaking love everything about these. There's nothing that I don't like, really. I mean, in hand, they feel good. In your pocket, they feel good, even though they're large. The blade is great. The steel is great. The price is, this is coming in at $280. This is coming in at $260. That's a little bit more than a lot of your just frame lock, titanium frame lock M390 blades, but you're getting an overbuilt Rick Hinderer design with ZT made in America. So it's going to be a little bit more pricey, and I think you're getting all of that price for it. I got so wrapped up in the overbuilt stuff. We have some kind of like jimping going on right there too. I didn't mention that on both of them. What don't I like? I really don't have any. Just for some people, it might be too big. You know, it kind of is what it is. It might be too big. Sorry. Tell her sorry. It might be too big. Chamfering around the edges too. I didn't mention that either. My name is Tyler. This has been Everyday EDC. These are the ZT0562 in carbon fiber and one in titanium. Fantastic freaking knives. If you like overbuilt knives, I promise you're going to love these. If you don't like large knives, you're not. I mean, they're just too large. But if you really like overbuilt knives, don't go with the other ones. Don't go with the, no offense, Ryan, with the 560 or the 566 or anything like these are perfect. Right here, this is perfect. My name is Tyler. This has been Everyday EDC. You guys stay sharp, stay safe, and thank you so much for watching. Have a great day.
Hey guys, thank you so much for watching. It genuinely means a lot. If you liked what you saw, please subscribe, hit the thumbs up, leave a comment. If you didn't like it, give me some feedback in the comments below and hit the thumbs down button. In case you guys don't know, I do have a Patreon, which will be listed right here. In that Patreon, we're giving bi-monthly giveaways to just the Patreons based on the number of Patreons that we have in the Patreon. We will also be giving discounts on all the knives that I sell based on the number of patrons. My name is Tyler. This is Everyday EDC. You guys stay sharp, stay safe, and have a great day.